everyone, so today I'm going to make you some Bliss balls or natural protein balls, which are a really good snack and also a good way to sort of get rid of that hunger and keep you going for a while. Completely natural and healthy, so they're a really good way to go. So we're going to have this one you need a blender for because you've got a lot of chopping up to do. So into the blender, we're actually going to put, here we've got 2 cups of dates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put half the dates in because they're so hard. Start that so it starts to blend, and then I'll pour the rest in the top so that I don't overload the blender. So I ran that for about 2 or so minutes to chop up the dates, so they're now into a nice small sort of a paste, like chunks. They're maybe 1/4 centimeter chunks. Okay, into that mix, I'm going to add, I've just got some organic coconut oil. I don't measure, but that's fine. About 1/2 cup of coconut oil. And then that way, it'll give it moisture, help it bind it, and also it's a good fat. We've got 1 cup of desiccated coconut, 1 cup of almond meal, and 1 cup of LSA, linseed, almond, and sunflower seeds. So you can change these ingredients up depending on what you're trying to do, and if you need to, half the recipe, because this is making quite a lot because I have to make them for a party tomorrow, so I want extra. But you can quite easily just half the mix and then go from there. Oh, and the other thing, sorry, missed one thing. Celtic sea salt. Going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt in there as well because we need salt in our diet. But it has to be good salt, and Celtic sea salt has 82 natural minerals in it, so they haven't bleached all the goodness out of it. So it's the way to go. Again, turn it on and blend it together. As you can see, it's blended together and it's creating a nice fine paste. Still a little bit dry. I'm going to add just a little bit more coconut oil to it. So it's going to be 1 cup of coconut oil because I'm making up this recipe as I go. I do that and I just play with it until I get it right. Scrape around the edge of the container just to make sure that it all gets mixed through properly and that you don't miss bits. Now we need a binder in there. So your mix now, if you have a look at this mix, it's nice and moist and it's doughy, but it just needs to bind together and become the glue. So when you get to this point, you need to bind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add cocoa powder. You could add any sort of a flavoring. You could add protein powder. If you really wanted a protein hit, add your protein powder to it. Doesn't really matter what it is. You're looking at about half a cup because you need to dry it up. So something nutritious, and it depends on your flavor. So all of these ingredients, you can change them up for whatever you think or what you want, because this is to your taste palette. So I'm going to blend that up, the cocoa in. Okay, I'm just going to scrape around the sides at this point, make sure everything is blended in properly and mixed. And as you can see, the mix is sort of wet, because when we put that into the fridge, the coconut oil will set and solidify again, and it'll go nice and hard. And let me just make sure they taste all right. Yum. The dates, slightly sweet, tart from the cocoa powder. They're nice and chewy from the nuts. They'll make a really nice finished product. And finally, what I've got here is I've got a cup of Goji Berries and Cravings, so dried cranberries. You could put sultanas, you could put dried apricots, whatever flavor mix you want. Stick those in at the end. We don't want to blend them too much. It's more about mixing them in, because you want that nice sort of chewy bit into the ball when they're done. All right, done. So just pull your blender apart, and now we're going to roll them into balls. Now this is messy. If you like to wear gloves, wear gloves. Unfortunately, there's no avoiding this part of it. If you wanted to, you could actually just push this into a slice tray and make a slice out of it as opposed to balls. It's up to you how you want to finish it. So I have a tray. Good old trusty bucket baking paper on there just to stop everything from sticking. And I have a bowl of desiccated coconut to roll them in, just to finish them off. So now you want them, it depends on what size. Golf ball, a bit smaller, it doesn't matter. And you can make them at this point as perfect as you like, or not so perfect, it just depends. I'm going to make two sizes. I'm going to make some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Big ones are for me for home, the smaller ones are for this party. All done. So I've got a little bit of coconut left in my bowl. I'll save that, put it in a Ziploc bag or a container, and then the next recipe I make, I can just throw that in. Even if it's completely different flavor, that bit of coconut won't matter. So don't waste it, save it, because everything's just so expensive right now. So I'll throw those in the fridge for about an hour, 2 hours, and then they will go hard, and I'll show you them at the end. And here we go. They've been in the fridge now for about 2 hours, and they're nice and hard. So when I squeeze them, there's no give, and the coconut oil has gone completely hard. So basically, ready to go. Really simple, really quick. Took me about 15 minutes from start to finish to make these. And then now I'm going to store them in a glass airtight container, and they'll last a couple of months on the bench or in the cupboard. They don't have to be in the fridge, provided your house isn't hot enough to melt the coconut oil. So they're completely stable and a great protein snack. So enjoy these ones, guys, and I'll see what I come up with next. Talk soon. Bye.